Hey everyone. Long time no video, right? I am back today, and I want to stress that I'm back today. That does not mean, oh, she's back. Yeah, she's back today. Don't know what tomorrow will look like, or, you know, next week or month. But I had something that I wanted to share today, so I'm making a video. And that's kind of what I do. If I have something to share, I'll make a video. If I'm not in the mood, I won't. And y'all, I have not been in the mood for, what, a year or more? So, you know, seasons of life, that's all right. But today I want to show you what I've been doing. I bought a planner in mid-January, and this is one of those Hobonichi Cousins, I think is what it's called. Shelled out the big bucks for it, mainly because, you know, it has this Tomo whatever river paper that I've used before. I had some single sheets once, and it's just really cool paper, and I just wanted cool crunchy paper. You know, I didn't know what I was going to do with the planner, and I started out trying to do what I saw everyone else doing on videos and on Instagram, you know, writing like super neat and, you know, trying to be just all perfect and color-coded. That lasted maybe 2 weeks, if even. And then, you know, I remembered, oh yeah, that's not me. This is more me. So I went through and watercolored a lot of the pages. Haven't done all of them yet, but I will eventually. Like some of them I've put some color on because I had that color out. So, you know, then I'll go back and I'll add different colors, and that's just kind of how I'm doing it. And I've been using some magic markers, some just water-based cheap markers. And I did a live stream with Rosemary Morris a few weeks ago, and I kind of showed it on there. I'll put a link to her video so you can go there and look at it. I don't know if I'll make another one or not. Do I remember how to put links to videos? Do I remember how to edit footage? I don't even know. I guess we'll find out. Okay. So yeah, this is the, these planners come with like the, you know, month at a glance section. So that's what all of this is. And I've already put some watercolor down on my months. And I just kind of keep it light. And then if it's too dark and I want to, you know, I can't see what I'm writing, I'll go back in and just put some white paint over it. And it was trial and error with what pens to use, because I started out using one of those, it was like a Sharpie, like a ballpoint Sharpie pen, Sharpie gel pen. And, okay, it was called Sharpie. So in my mind, I'm thinking, ooh, waterproof, permanent. No, it isn't. Don't be deceived. The little Sharpie gel click pen, I don't have it in front of me, or I would show you. Yeah, it lies, or, you know, it's very deceitful because it's not water resistant. And of course, I'd gone through and done just all kinds of stuff with that not water resistant Sharpie, and then did watercolor on it. So, okay, that didn't work. I am now using one of these, you know, these micron pens. Yeah, this is good. This doesn't bleed. Yeah, I'm liking it. So, anyway, this starts the week at a glance part, you know, weekly pages, whatever. And see, I started out trying to be all neat and plannerly and color-coded and all that. And, you know, I made it a couple of weeks, and then started, you know, I put these little boxes down here for I don't even know what. And, yeah, then it was like, screw that. I just need color. So I started with the watercolor background, and most of the stuff that I'm writing in here is mainly for work, to keep up with stuff for work. And then a few other little things like what I eat and how many miles a day I walk. According to the little app on my phone, I walk between 1.5 and 3 miles per day at my job. Why I am not stick thin, I will never know. Well, yeah, I do know, menopause. You know, it just is what it is. But with the amount of miles that I'm walking 5 days a week, you know, I should be svelte, but instead I'm just a big old dang busted can of biscuits, and I don't understand it. And my steps, you know, I mean, some of them, it's like 3,000, 6,000, 7,000, but then on the weekends, my steps for that day will be like 12. Like I literally take my phone, because that's how it counts them. I walk from the bed to the couch, and there I sit all day, because I do nothing but walk all day, every day. So, yeah, that's that. So these are my week at a glance, just kind of my schedule, which store I worked. I do part-time merchandising for a couple different companies, and see, yeah, that was with the Sharpie that I learned not to use. And then these tabs are just what I had on hand, and they're paper, and they're like falling apart. So I need to get better ones, but not really a priority. And this is just so awesome. So I'm doing that, and mid-January, and it's now whatever it is, March the whatever, and I'm still doing it and liking it. And I think it's probably because I quit trying to, you know, make it into the neat planner that I love watching those videos. Those girls with their little long fingernails, and they put the little stickers. Well, I don't have stickers, and I don't want to buy stickers because, you know, cha-ching, they're beautiful. I love them. If they happen to come into my house, heck yeah, I'll use them. But I love looking at those, you know, themed pages where all the stickers kind of go together, and they're beautiful, but I can't live in that world. So this is what I'm doing. Okay, now we switch to, what is this? Yes, these are the daily pages. The whole rest of the book is like, you get one page per day, right? So, and a lot of these first ones, you know, I didn't get the book until mid-January, so I didn't do anything on these pages. So I've gone back, and I'm just doing little collagey things, like, you know, some of them I'll just glue a few things down and then come back later and do a stencil, and then come back later and do something else, because that's the way I like it. And then others, I'll just do the whole thing. And y'all, I'm using watercolors and these water-soluble oil pastels that I like. You know, I'm using those. I'm using Prismacolor pencils with Gamsol. These little skinny, thin pages they're surprisingly sturdy. I have not rubbed a hole in one yet, and you know, I'm really heavy-handed with stuff. I have pulled, I've torn some right here from pulling too much, but the book is stitch bound. It's not glue bound, so you know, that's okay. It's not like it's going to fall apart, but you can tear the pages. Don't get me wrong. They are delicate but strong. They're just an oxymoron, and I love them. So now if you see something personal that I've written, just do me a solid and pretend not to notice, okay? I'd appreciate that. Oh yeah, I've glued a lot of napkins in here, you know, which is a lot of just wet glue, napkins, a lot of water, and it's holding up well. This page, I do this exact same page in every junk journal, book, whatever that I have, because I cut out a lot of cats. I get National Geographic magazine, and then this quote, I don't even know where I got it, but it's apparently in a magazine that I get a lot because I've got pages, several of them. And I know that a lion is really what roars, but this is the cat I had. It's the cat I wanted, so it's the cat I used. There you go. Yeah, I glue background paper to it sometimes, just what I have laying around. And this was a vintage water slide decal, tissue papers, napkins, stamps, and this is something I wanted to keep, but I made pretty around it, because that's basically what all this is receipts, it's product packaging, it's cutouts from magazines and stuff that I've collected over the years with words, and then just a little bit of, you know, what happened during that day. And sometimes nothing happened during that day. This day, apparently, I ate Swiss cake rolls, because I do that on a lot of days. And yeah, so it's just very much, and this is something that I need to refer to back to for on occasion. So I decorated a little here, but I put a tab at the top so that I'll know, you know, I need to come back here. But this printout I needed for work temporarily, and then I was through with it. So I glued it in. It was here while I had it, and now I'm done with it, so I can collage over it. And I do go back and just add stuff to pages now and then, just from my stash or from whatever junk food I happen to be eating that day. Something I cut out and it just fit right there. So, you know, if it fits, it sits, right? And that's kind of all there is to it. So the pages don't really have a theme. They don't really match. Sometimes they make sense. Sometimes they don't. But this makes me happy. Very much happy. This was a card I got from work for my birthday, you know, one of those corporate cards, and I just felt like it needed a little extra decoration. It was already cute. This background here was already cute, but I added these, and it's almost like it was made that way. I love that. So this is what I have been doing and enjoying very much. Donna Joy sent me this awesome, cool birthday card. I think I keep absolutely everything she sends. This was a stencil I did on that same video with Rosemary, and I cut it out and glued it down and then did some weird Prismacolors around it. But I really like this because, you know, when you do the background pages ahead of time, then there's already color there to start with. But then if I don't like that color, I can just completely, you know, glue over it or paint over it. But sometimes I'm just not in the mood to really do anything painty. So it's already there. And, okay, see, I tore that little page. I think that's the only one I've torn like that. But it is possible. So you got to be careful. But then at the same time, you'll be surprised how well this paper holds up. And this, I get Stitch Fix clothes a few times a year, and there's almost always cool tags on the clothes, so I keep the tags and do stuff with them. And that was from a birthday card from my mom. And random stuff, stencil. I like Pangburns Pecan Millionaires is my choice of Valentine candy, and Jason pretty much always comes through, except sometimes he waits till the last minute and they're all gone, and that just really irritates the snot out of me. But he did good this time. So I pulled that off of there, put a napkin, and wrote some nonsense. I don't know. Stuff from the stash, rub-ons, little doodling. Stash stuff. My big plan for the day, laundry. So, oh, that hurts my eyes. This is the day that Russia invaded Ukraine. Okay. Have we all been just kind of glued to the news channels and worrying about Victor? I'll try to remember to put a link to Victor's channel because I think a lot of us who know him are really concerned and praying for him. And I've been in contact with him several times over the past couple of weeks, and he's fine. Doing well. This is a copy of a map. He sent me a whole map of Ukraine, a couple of maps, and he wrote on there, this is his town, and I don't know exactly how you say it. In my mind, I call it Chervonograd, which I'm sure is completely wrong, but that's the way I, you know, hear it in my head. And this is Poland. So you can see, if you look at the map of Ukraine, like Lviv is down here, and he's right here. This is Poland. Like, he could just practically walk to Poland, except that I think he's military age, so they won't let him leave. But anyway, he's very much in the northwest part of Ukraine. And of course, most of the fighting has been over in the eastern and southern parts. So he's doing well, but I still think about him and pray every day that this madness will just stop. It's upsetting. Laundry and Netflix, and this is probably a Saturday or some day where I didn't have anything going on, because that's the weekends are usually when I do a lot of just, you know, arty stuff because I don't have anything to write down. And this was going to be a Ukraine page. This was some of the, a picture of some of the devastation from the bombings. And then this woman is a musician from a Ukrainian, what is she? A Ukrainian-Polish band. And she was in National Geographic, and the picture was about this headpiece that she's wearing, which I thought was super cool. And she's just beautiful. So I cut her out and I put her here to be kind of like the beauty that will rise up out of the devastation. Because it's bad. I'm afraid it's going to get worse. But I have complete faith that something beautiful will come of it. And I left this up here because I was going to write, you know, something really profound. But I don't know what that profound stuff is. So yeah, there it sits. Little doodling here with this picture, and I don't know why, I just felt like putting that washi tape there, so there it is. Ooh, this hurts my eyes. This was I don't know what I was thinking, because I put this bright background on here, and I was thinking, oh, I'll put this napkin over it to cover it up, you know, and kind of offset the brightness. Well, it's been so long since I've done any kind of art stuff. Totally forgot that the napkin is transparent when you glue it down and everything shows through. So now it's just extremely painful and I'm not quite sure how to deal with it. So I'm going to figure that out. But I do like this. These were some playing cards that I'd altered at one time, and I just peeled them down so they were thinner and put them in here because I've already got enough bulk going on. This is March, and here we are. It's going to get bad. See, in my mind, I was thinking, oh, I'll just carry this with me everywhere and add little bits from my day. Yeah, it's already so bulky and heavy. That ain't happening. So I'm going to have to rethink that. This was my visit to the library. You know, our library has those book sales every once in a while. And this was, we cleaned house that day, so I had this picture of these brooms, which, you know, signifies house cleaning, which I thought would work. But the background on this page, and this one too, I just loved so much, I couldn't cover them up. And it was mostly water-soluble oil pastels. So, yeah, I really wanted to add a lot more, and I was going to write on there something like cleaning day, but I just can't cover it up. So there it sits. And then this is this past week. I just haven't been motivated to do much of anything except jot down some notes for work. And I put them in different places on the page so that when I go back to decorate it, if I decide to, then, you know, I've got some variety. And then the rest is just blank, yummy watercolor pages waiting for me to do something with them. So that is what I have been up to and will probably continue to be up to for a while. I'm collecting little bits and pieces and cutouts and doodads, and some of it's just from my stash and some of it's from, you know, whatever magazine comes into the house. But, you know, they're all kind of small, and I'm used to working much larger than this. So, yeah, I'm really on the lookout for little things now. So, you know, it kind of changes your eyes when you're looking for different things. You look through a magazine and you'll think you've pulled everything you need, but then you get in your mind, well, now I need small things, and you go back through and you see all the stuff that you missed. So, anyway, that's what I've been up to. This is a vinyl cover that I made from a retired vinyl billboard. It was a local one. I think the Fayetteville Film Festival or something from a couple years ago. And I even made little pockets and put that in there. So it's well protected. So maybe I will get inspired to make another video soon, or maybe show you some of how I'm doing, what I'm doing in here. I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. But in the meantime, y'all, take care. The end.